Welcome to this training about using Nearpod to create content that is interactive to deliver to your students. If you'd like to know more about delivering this content after you create it, you can watch the previous video about delivering content. Even though in that video I use some of Nearpod's own created content, which may not be available to us if not funded by the legislature. You can always do that kind of delivery with your students of your own content on Nearpod. There are some limits to that in the free version, to the types of activities you can include, the number of students you can include, and you can find that in the on the Nearpod webpage. And maybe I'll outline that a little bit below as well, this video. But we're going to get started by going into nearpod.com and logging in. So I click login. I will log in with Google. Reminder, as you go through this, it might be helpful to be here with me as you're doing it, to jump in and pause so that you don't feel flustered or that I'm going too fast. So here I want to create my own content. So I have the option to do that within Google Slides, or I can create the lessons in Nearpod. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Create a lesson just within Nearpod. So here I've got an untitled lesson. We're going to call this Nearpod is Fun. And now I can do lots of things here. I can add a slide, which is either a content slide, a web content slide, which may or may not be included in the free version. I don't believe it is. I'm going to double check. And then activity slides. So this will allow me to insert a lot of different activities. Under the content options, this is a spot to put like a welcome slide. There are lots of options in the paid version, including many of these you see here: video, audio, slideshows, simulations, graphing calculators, the like, lots of cool things. I'm just going to do a really basic slide, okay, which is available in the free version. And I'll just say welcome up here, welcome. It's a great time to be in Nearpod. I'm going to change the theme a little bit here. I could upload an image. Maybe I'll do that. I'll just upload something that has to do with Nearpod right now. Let's do it. Let's see, what do I got? There's an old logo from Nearpod. Let's do that. Welcome to Nearpod. Okay, so that's what we've got. Save and exit my slide. Easy, right? So I've got that initial slide as a welcomer. Now I'm going to show you some of the activities I could add in, just to give you an idea. Really, that's the benefit of Nearpod, is the activities. Even if you had your slides somewhere else or your content on the board or anywhere, having these kind of interactive activities that students can participate in is really the benefit of Nearpod. So I go in, I add an activity. Let's say I want to add an activity like an open-ended question. I can do that. When I add in my open-ended question, I say, how are you feeling today? Okay. Of course, you can make it as content applicable as possible. You can enable students to record themselves. That's new. That's cool. You can have a little media or video prompt if you'd like. You can even include a timer. All sorts of things here. Okay. Let's take a peek at adding some of this stuff so you can see how it works. We've already added an image earlier. Let's add a video from YouTube. Happy by Pharrell Williams. Let's see if I can add that in here. Oh yeah, sweet sassy molassie. I'm going to add that. Hopefully people are feeling happy. And I'm going to add a timer. We're going to make this just a 2-minute writing prompt. Add that. So anyway, once my students get in, they'll see that video. They'll be feeling good. They'll be writing. Maybe they won't write because they'll be too busy watching the video. Maybe I want to rethink that. I don't know. And they've got 2 minutes to write. So cool. Now I'm going to save that slide, activity slide, if you will. Okay, cool. You're kind of seeing how this can work. Very easy to create content in Nearpod. Add another activity. Let's do something like a draw it. These are things I know are generally available in the free version or have been before. can add a background image here for students to draw on. Let's upload something from my computer now. I'm going to add in a background image of, let's say, don't want to take too much time on this. Let's just do something like that. Okay. Very cool. So students could draw on this, and that would be kind of the background they could work from. I'm going to save that. And let's do one other activity. Let's do a poll. Polls rock. Right? I want to poll the class for rate your proficiency in this content. So they're going to master, proficient, or maybe they are just approaching, or they are developing it. Developing, understanding. Or we can add in the holy crap, where am I? Totally lost. Okay, so I've got that. Now my students can answer this poll, which is always nice. So a little quick check for understanding. Maybe I just want them to do that in 1 minute. Pretty snazzy. Okay, so this is just a really quick introduction for how to create content in Nearpod. There's a whole lot of features here. I mean, really, the world is your oyster when creating Nearpod content. You can also take their content, if that's available to us, provided the legislature decides to fund it. If their content's available to us, you can add, subtract, right? I can delete slides, I can copy slides, I can add new activities to their slides so that this is all ready to go. Once you are done, you click Save and Exit, and then you're ready to deliver. You're ready to deliver content, and the way you do that is the same as was described in the previous video. You go into my library, and you can either do a live lesson or a student-paced lesson. If you want to know more about delivering content, there is that video available for you. Hopefully this gives you the very basics of how to get started with adding, subtracting activities and slides into Nearpod pieces so that you're ready to use them with your students. I'm just curious if I can, on this video, go into the pricing so you can see what's available, what's not available. There we go. So if we don't get the school district license and you just have the free license, you have up to 40 students at a time, which is pretty good. Up to 50 megabytes of storage, which isn't a ton. Lessons could be up to 20 megabytes, which is, again, not that huge. You're probably not going to be able to do video. I mean, if you do, it's very limited. And basic features. What does that mean, basic features? Okay, there's quite a few basic features, right? So we're not too concerned. It does allow you to add web content. That's good. I'm glad about that. This hopefully gives you the basic idea. I'm going to move my person here. Hopefully this helps you feel a little bit better about using Nearpod, regardless of whether it's paid for by the legislature. The big thing there is, of course, unlimited storage and content, or much more so. Class size, same thing, and really the big piece is their content, which it would be available for. So, best of luck. Ask me if you've got questions. See you around.